Your turn, Helen.
Oh, I thought you were going to introduce us. This is how organised we are. Go.
Hello. It's great to be back. And here we are with some more sort of positive-y, upbeat, happy news as an antidote for all the negative news we're seeing at the moment, of which there is plenty. We didn't think we'd help with that. We thought we'd help with this. So my first thing is in the Republic of Congo. Now, the thing that I knew the Republic of Congo for was war.
Yeah.
It's got a long history of unrest, child soldiers, dreadful problems. Well, what has just happened is that they have designated an area of about the size of France to becoming a national park. So it's going to be completely protected, and it's to boost its incredible wildlife that it's got there. The thing that I really love about this is that it's providing jobs for people who would otherwise be in one of the militias or be in the militia. So 500,000 jobs are being created from this.
Wow.
Food is being created from this. It's a complete change and it's a complete turnaround for Congo. And just so exciting to see stuff like that happening, where people are being taught to work together with the environment and to actually start having a joyful life.
Yeah, I think what I really loved about this story, and you go to the link to get the full description of the whole thing, but what I loved about it is that the government and all the charities are working together with Indigenous people and including them in it. And this is really important. This is something that we have really lacked. I think globally it's an issue.
We've been very good at walking up to people and telling them how they should be doing it.
Yes, this is how you do it. And they have lived there for thousands of years. They know the jungle. They know the territory. Why are we not consulting them? It just seems obvious now, doesn't it?
Always does. Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, of course it is.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
I know, that's amazing. And I'd like to watch that quite closely to see how that goes. So go to the link. Now, my story goes from governments and people and communities and charities working together to the animals just making the decision for themselves and getting the work done. This is my favourite story ever, and it's in the Czech Republic, and it's basically that was so funny, I can't stop laughing. It's about beavers. Okay, so there was a plan, a 7-year plan. This plan in
quite a contentious plan, I think.
Quite a contentious plan about building a dam. Okay, and so it was basically to restore what had already been there, apparently. But it had to go through 5 different government departments, okay, to get paperwork stamped, agreed, financed, and it was going to cost $1 million of our money. I think it was 3 million in their currency. So anyway, 7 years, okay, but in
toing and froing.
Yeah, toing and froing and stamping. And in the meantime, the beavers built the dam. I just love it. They're just like, nah. You could just see them going, nah, I'm not wasting my time with that. Let's just go and do it.
Beavers aren't big on paperwork.
No, they're not. Anyway, they did it. But what I love about this story, because, and you know, it's just nature doing what nature does. But what I love about this the best is there was an official on the 47th meeting of this. So you can imagine how many meetings there'd been. And he said, and I quote, he said, "The beavers will probably build the dam faster than we can collect all the documents." How true was that?
Wonderful.
I love it. So that's really bureaucracy.
Wonderful. The world is a fabulous place.
Crazy place. So well done, beavers.
And my last story today is from Tanzania. A wonderful gentleman called Innocent James. Now, Innocent James grew up in Tanzania. He was studying and he only had limited resources in terms of daylight, etc. So studying in the evenings was a nightmare because it was dark. He had to use a kerosene lamp. Kerosene lamps are dangerous, toxic, and an environmental problem. And he has now invented his backpacks, and it's the solar charging backpacks. Very simple name, made of recycled materials. And go to the link, have a look at the video to see what these things are made of. And they sell them for about $4.
It was like $4. It was something ridiculous.
Really cheap. So kids have got a backpack, can use it for lighting them doing their homework in the
fabulous,
evening.
yeah.
Just fabulous.
And I think and I'm gonna research this, but because I wrote it down because I was so impressed with this story. But the word itself, where is it? Hang on with me. Bear with me. I know I've got so many notes.
Just lots of research.
So professional. So yeah, the word itself is Swahili, means reading bags.
Oh.
Yeah. But this guy is a real entrepreneur, and what I love is that he's just giving back, isn't he? He wants, from his experiences, he wants people and children to read, to learn, to better themselves and to have a future. And I love that.
It's very much, it feels to me from the because we are supporters of compassion. And Musa was my first, or Kevin's and my first compassion person. And the thing that amazed me about compassion was these kids who have nothing, and you give them an education, all they want to do is give it back. Just give it back. And it feels as though it's quite an African culture. I just want to give it back. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's just beautiful, and I love that. And he's just, and I love the name, the name. Innocent. What a lovely name.
He's now got 65 employees he's giving work to, and he's sold 36,000 of these things.
Yeah.
So more power to you, Innocent James.
Love it. Absolutely love it. What initiative.
Yeah.
What initiative. So our last story, I can't think of a link. I'm thinking in my head, how do I link that to goats? Okay. So here we go. So in Colorado, they have employed over 1,000 firefighters, okay? But they're four-legged.
Ah.
And they go like this. Or was that a sheep? I don't know.
It was a very good impersonation.
Yeah.
Well done.
Anyway, these goats, they have employed them. I don't know whether they're being paid, probably in food. And they are basically deployed throughout the area, and their job, and they love it, is to eat all the shrubs, the overgrowth,
dead grass.
All the dead grasses.
It's anything that's a fire risk.
Anything in between, and the low-hanging branches. So they're clearing all of the fire
risk.
Yeah, fuel for the fire. And it's working amazingly well. And there are other benefits from this. It's not just stopping fires. So it is getting rid of invasive species, keeping that really down, which is
invasive species of plants.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. And if you think about it, to get trucks in there and to get heavy plant in there to get rid of this, it's going to be really damaging
and expensive.
So they just go, and they go where the plant can't go. So that's fantastic. And this is the bit I really love. They're fertilising as they go along. So
they're making the ground.
What is there not to like? And this is working so well that there are other countries that are starting to employ this process. Australia is one of them. And they're doing a similar sort of thing. So with these it looks like increasing occurrences of wildfires, which we are getting a lot of reports of, aren't we? That we are doing something that is nature-based and constructive about it, rather than just sitting there. So I love that. And I've got all this image, I don't know if it's just me, of these little goats going off to work, having a fabulous day.
With their backpacks.
With a little backpack, with their reading backpacks.
I think we're going to move swiftly on at this point, ladies and gentlemen.
But isn't it lovely? And isn't it great? Because this is the stuff that makes you smile. And it's all positive.
It is all positive.
So switch off that news and listen to the good news.
And follow our links, and you'll find some people that do the stuff a lot better than we do.
Yeah.
But we're just kind of bringing it to you.
Yeah.
Now, talking about news, we also have got some news. We mentioned it on the last link, and that is that we're going to be doing some online events so that you guys can get to hear our music and hear our stories and get to know us a little bit better.
Yeah.
So the first one is on the 10th of April, which is coming up fast. So don't forget to be there. Look in our social media so you can see more about it and where to find it, etc., etc.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be unedited, live. Anything could happen, so you have to tune in.
Unedited is the story of our lives, Helen.
It totally is.
See you next time.
Lots of love.